Hello, everyone, and welcome to the incredible Shrinking Dave's week in review and weekly Q&A. I am the incredible Shrinking Dave. As you can see, I have a shirt to prove it now, so that means I'm official. Decided to do a week in review along with this, and we've also upgraded from paper plate to scratch paper for our little notes here. So obviously we are getting a little more funding since last week. Okay, so a week in review. Actually, let's talk about the shirt first. So the shirt went to the box this morning. My wife and I go at 5 a.m. My lovely wife and I go at 5 a.m. Who's behind the camera? And hanging in the box was this shirt, which was made by Dan, who is the president of Sweat Angel, which is, if you've been reading the blog, they actually just started sponsoring me, which I know you think I'm like too fat to be a sponsored athlete, which is probably true, but I'm grateful to have them in my corner to support me and believe in me. So without any delay, let's get into the week in review. So the first thing I want to talk about is how the diet went this week. For those of you who don't know, which I don't think I've really talked about too much, but I'm doing a low carb solution. So, pretty much I'm somewhere between 20 to 40 grams of carbs a day, usually on the lower end of that with what I eat. But everything this week was really good. Standard meals were like, let's see what I do, like some low carb tacos. I also did some broccoli and cauliflower every day as well, which is good. So I'm trying to get more veggies in with everything. And then I did have a weekly cheat meal, which has been pretty standard for the last little while. This one was, I don't even know what it was. Oh, some pasta with some Parmesan cheese, which I'm thinking about kicking it out. I haven't decided yet. It seems like I decide to not cheat, but then we get to Saturday night, because you cheat on Sundays. Get to Saturday night, and it ends up being a cheat meal on Sunday anyways, so I don't know. I need to improve on that, but I digress. Overall impressions from the week, it was good. What I've noticed is, especially towards the end of the week, and I think it's because my body is getting back into ketosis, which that's when your body will burn fat for fuel as opposed to carbohydrates. And by the end of the week, I'm kind of back into that flow after the cheat meal, and things go really well. So Saturday I did actually 2 workouts, which was pretty awful, but a lot of fun as well, and had a lot of energy through that and went really well. Last thing for the week in review I want to talk about is kind of sluggish weight loss. So last week, if you are following, it was like 321.4 pounds, and this week I weighed at 321 even. So not as big of a jump as I'm used to, but I did write a blog post about it. So if you want more details on it, kind of what I feel about it, you want to go there. But the most important thing about it all is just to, if you're doing your own plan, stay positive, stay engaged, expect there to be plateaus and obstacles you have to overcome, and when they get there and when you have to overcome them, just know they're going to be there, and keep a positive attitude and don't give up. So that's my number one advice for you. So after that, let's get on to the question for the week. Now this one was asked by Dan on last week's video, and I haven't had any other questions since then, so that's why I decided to do a week in review to kind of fill up some time here. But Dan asks, how do you combat sugar cravings, or how do you overcome sugar cravings? I think the biggest thing to overcome cravings is you have to decide beforehand. Like for example, if you're at the store and you see like a pack of Oreos, Oreos are delicious, everyone knows this, but you have to have decided before that time that you're not going to buy the bag of Oreos and eat like half of them, right? So you can't just be like going through all willy-nilly your day, and then something comes along, you have to decide right at that moment, am I going to buy this candy bar or am I not going to? You need to have decided before that time that you're not going to eat that stuff. So the way I keep my diet in check, first off, through meal prep is the best thing, because you have that food ready. But I've already decided the day before, okay, this is what I'm eating, this is when I'm going to eat it. And when I do that, I really don't have any cravings throughout the week. And what I find is on Sundays, when we usually have our cheat meal, that's when I'll have those cravings. And it's because I've already had in my head, okay, well, I'm going to allow myself to eat this. So I really want to try and see if I can make that decision earlier in the week and just stick to it and get hopefully the family on board, and we can just make sure we don't have any problems with that. But that's what you got to do. Decide early you're not going to do it, and then just don't do it. That's it. If cravings come along, because they will, even if you do decide not to do it, you have to just go through it, go do something that's going to take your mind off it. If that means going for a walk, going to play some basketball, something like that. A lot of times cravings come when you're hungry too. So if you're having a craving, eat something, right? And even if it's something like a little bit off the diet, but it's going to keep you not from completely destroying it, that's what I suggest. I love peanut butter because peanut butter is a little bit sweet, but it's not like you're eating sugar or not a lot of sugar with it. And it kind of helps to satiate those cravings. Anyways, there's a lot of ways to do it, but just make the decision early on and get your mind off it if you're having them. All right, you can do it. Okay, and then last thing, just closing remarks. I just want to thank everyone for following the blog, following me on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, just search, if you haven't yet, The Incredible Shrinking Dave. You should see my beautiful face on there somewhere. Instagram is at Incredible Shrinking Dave, and you can follow me there. And the blog, which is theincredibleshrinkingdave.blogspot.com. So again, a big thank you to all of you. And also, as you can see kind of the video, I did get my first couple of shipments from Sweat Angel. So they are selling their product now. I've tried the post-workout. It's awesome. I'm going to try the pre-workout tomorrow and see how that goes. But if you're interested in getting any, they're a great company who is donating some of their profits to Wounded Warriors, which is a great cause. So if you guys are looking for supplements and you want to have your money go to something that's really just a fantastic cause, please go there. It's sweatangelshop.com and get some supplements from them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for a great week, and I hope that everything is great with this week. If you're on your journey right now, just stick with it. I know you can do it, and don't give up. We'll see you next week. Thanks.